My name is Spooky, and I've already recorded this video, and I'm sad. I literally recorded the entire thing for 2 hours, and I forgot to unmute myself. Literally, no sound, just me reacting. But that's not gonna stop me. I'm a big, strong man, and I'm gonna do it again. If you guys could subscribe and like the video, or just leave a comment, that would help me get my endorphins back. Anyway, today, we're going to be reviewing good voice acting. So, not bad voice acting. If you guys saw my previous video where I reacted to bad voicing, typically when I make these kinds of videos, I ask you guys to send me stuff in a tweet. But this time, I get to choose the list. It's my video, and I get to do what I want. So I've personally hand-plucked all of these good voice acting scenes for you guys today. What am I doing with my hands? Is that all there is to say? I'm Spooky, by the way. I don't know if I said that before. Oh, one thing. Even though anime dubs can be really good, I'm not going to be including them in this video because ADR is very hard, and I find it kind of unfair to compare it to people who can just like... So that's the thing. Anyway, first video. Final Fantasy 15. I have very mixed opinions on this game as a game, but the acting in it was such a big womp. Like, dude, it's some of the best acting I've ever heard in my life. And it's a Final Fantasy game about, like, these e-boys going on a road trip to fight God, kind of. The main standout for me performance-wise was the main character, Noctis. Because, honestly, as a character, there's not much to work with. But Ray Chase, his voice actor, brought so much to the table that completely changed that for me. I'm gonna be talking about and showing you a big spoiler in like 2 seconds, so if you don't want a spoiler, click that. Are we good? Okay. Go. Noctis has to die. The cool thing about this is that he knows he does, and his friends know too. So in this specific scene, all of his friends and him are much older than they were in the beginning, and you get to see Noctis kind of give his last goodbyes. I am definitely gonna cry.
The four of us around a campfire. How long's it been?
An eternity.
So yeah.
Out with it.
I just... Damn it. Why the hell is this so hard? So I've made my peace. Still, knowing this is it, and seeing you here now, it's more than I can take.
I'm crying.
Yeah. You're damn right it is.
Huh. You spit it out. It's good to hear.
Well, what can I say? You guys are the best.
God, that scene gets me like every single time. Oh, it's so good though. Like, dude, Ray Chase is so good. Everything is going to hit way harder in context. That's why I always give like a little background behind things. But I feel like you don't need to know much to understand that sense of finality that's being conveyed through their conversation. It's wild seeing Noctis, who was so not vulnerable and kind of guarded throughout the story, just breaking down in front of his friends for the first time. It's his last chance to tell them how he really feels. You really take all of the little bro outings in the campfire scenes throughout the game for granted as you go along. And you kind of feel that with Noctis in just the fact that you can never truly go back. It's a bit hard for me to find like constructive things to say about these performances because it's just all vulnerability. Like that's all acting is vulnerability. Can you be vulnerable? Can you be more than just a voice? Can you be acting? And for Noctis, like that was it. That was vulnerability. Like it doesn't get more vulnerable than that. So I'm just gonna geek out. That's it. Next scene. Literally everything on this list is from a video game except this next one. I don't know why. I don't make the rules. This next scene is from a Disney movie not enough people have seen called Treasure Planet. The story is about a boy named Jimbo looking for a place called Treasure Planet where there's lots of treasure on a planet. Jim needs to find the planet to support his mom financially, but he also needs to find it to prove himself. No one really believes in him. No one was really there to tell him like, hey buddy, you can do it. Like, you got this. And that's where the villain comes in, which is interesting. Of all people, the mutinous villain of the series sees Jim in his most down bad state and can't help but give him a pep talk because he relates to him. The scene is just so interesting for a kid's movie, and the voice acting is just...
It wasn't your fault, you know. Why, half the crew would be spinning in that black abyss if not for...
Don't you get it? I screwed up. I mean, for 2 seconds, I thought that maybe I could do something right, but... I just forget it. Forget it.
Now, you listen to me, James Hawkins. You got the makings of greatness in you, but you gotta take the helm and charge your own course. Stick to it, no matter the squalls. And when the time comes, you get the chance to really test the cut of your sails and show what you're made of. Well, I hope I'm there, catching some of the light coming off you that day. Lad, that's all right, Jimbo. It's all right. Now, Jim, I best be getting about my watch, and you best be getting some shut-eye. Getting in too deep here, Morphy. Next thing you know, they'll be saying I've gone soft.
It's such an underrated movie. I don't understand how it's really cool seeing that actor just portray like what the villain's like when no one else is around, when he doesn't have to prove himself as a big bad, as a big scary cyborg, you know? I just love how you can see the conflict in his face and how he's just looking around to make sure that there's no one there because he cannot let other people see him comforting this kid. And in Jim's voice, the breakdown, the stutters, everything, it's just so raw. It's so good. But God, I love this scene. I love complex villains. I love complex heroes. Maybe it's just for me. Maybe it's just nostalgia, but I think that is deserving of being the one animated movie that I put in here. Next video. I gotta pee first. One sec. Okay, this one's a lot less emotional, I guess. Say what you want about the game. Call me basic. I don't care. Voss Montenegro is like one of the coolest villains in gaming ever. It's nuts. It's so good. He's like one of the best layered villains of all time. And I feel like he was just put in the wrong game because Far Cry 3 is not the best game. There's not much you have to know about this scene. Voss captures you, the player character, and he gives you a speech, a spooky villain speech, with kind of a cringe script, not gonna lie. It has like, I'm the Joker, baby vibes, you know? But the actor works with it so well. The only thing you really have to know about Voss is that he is actually, plot twist, working for someone above him that talks down on him all the time. So this villain is letting out his rage and feelings of inferiority on you. Knowing that changes the dynamic of the scene a lot. Like you can hear the inferiority in his voice.
Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy. But the first time somebody told me that, I don't know, I thought they were bullshitting me, so boom, I shot them. The thing is, okay, he was right. And then I started seeing it everywhere I looked, all these fucking pricks, everywhere I looked, doing the exact same fucking thing over and over and over and over and over again, thinking this time is going to be different. No, please. This time is going to be different. I'm sorry. I don't like the way you are looking. Okay? You have a fucking problem in your head. Do you think I'm bullshitting you? Do you think I'm lying? Fuck you! Okay? Fuck you! It's okay, man. I'm gonna chill here, man. I'm gonna chill. The thing is, alright? The thing is I killed you once already. And it's not like I am fucking crazy. It's okay. It's like water under the bridge. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Oh, Jesus.
I just love the way he goes from 0 to 100, then back down to 0, then to ape shit. He just goes crazy. And you can see the fun the actor's having with the lines, but it's also very vulnerable. Like you can see that this guy has some issues, especially inferiority ones. Him tormenting you and using fear tactics is like the only sense of power and control he has over his life, because every little thing that he does is manipulated by some higher power. So he does feel like he's doing the same thing over and over and over again. And he does feel like he doesn't have control over that. He doesn't feel like he can change. And you, the player character, by refusing to die, are kind of exasperating this feeling he already has. So the actor's portrayal of this character in this scene is terrifying because this guy is so angry at you. Like this guy wants you dead more than anyone else. But then again, there's a conflict because if you die, then he loses that sense of control again. So what does he want, you know? Good acting. Good job. Next scene. Next scene is from Spider-Man PS4. It has a spoiler, but at the same time, is it a spoiler? It's Spider-Man fighting a Spider-Man villain that was obviously the villain. It's not one specific scene, but every single scene with Peter Parker and Doc Ock in it is actual perfection. Better than cinematic Spider-Man perfection. All you really need to know for this is that Doc Ock was Peter Parker's hero, his mentor, his boss, his kind of everything.
Parker! Dr. Octavius, what you got there?
Chinese. If I know you'd be here, I would have... What are you working on?
Oh, just a side project.
Of course. It's you.
I don't know what
Oh,
you're...
come on, Parker, it's obvious.
Just let me explain.
I only wish you told me sooner.
I wanted to, but I was afraid that if word got out, my family might be in danger.
Huh. Yes. I guess if you design his equipment, you're bound to be a target too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't worry. Your secret's safe. Well, I'll leave you to it. Such a disappointment. Parker.
You knew?
I tried to warn you, Peter, but you didn't listen.
You knew?
I won't let you win. This means too much to me.
Not more than it means
To me! Peter, I saw you as a son. I should have known you'd turn on me, just like all the others.
Turn. I've worshipped you. Your mind, your conscience, wanting to help others. The way you never gave up.
That's because men like us have a duty, a responsibility, to use our talents in the service of others. Even if they don't appreciate it, we have to do what's best for those beneath us, whether they understand it or not.
No, you're wrong. You are everything I wanted to be. You just threw it away.
Yes, of course. You're right, Peter. Oh, I see that now. The neural interface affected my mind. But I can fix it. We can fix it together. If you'll help me.
Do everything I can. I'll make sure you get the best help.
No! If they put me away, they'll take my arms. I'll be trapped in this useless body. Please, Peter. That wasn't me. You said you'd never abandon me. You promised. Remember? And of course, you rest easy, knowing your secret is safe with me.
You do what you think is best, Doc. It's all any of us can.
Peter?
Even when it hurts like hell.
Peter, where are you going? Peter? Peter!
Damn. Gosh, every time I watch that, it's so much better than I remember. I'm tearing up a little bit. Holy shit. It's really hard to empathize with both a villain and a hero at the same time. And I think what helps that work so well in Spider-Man PS4 is the fact that the acting is so raw and emotional and vulnerable. It's so good. Like, I believe it. I believe this is real. It's completely sold to me. There's not much else I can say, except that's just good. It's just really good voice acting. Next! Wait, last scene. This is going to be a very hot take, but I think the next one is the best voice acting of all time, ever, in any medium. Portal 2. Portal 2. I've never played Portal 2. Surprise. Sorry, I'll get to it, okay? But I've seen most of the cutscenes. I know who the characters are. I know what the characters' motivations are. The vocal performances are the best vocal performances I have ever seen in my life. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. If you've never played Portal, essentially all it is a big supercomputer that hates humans more than a human could possibly imagine. The human brain's capacity for emotion does not even equate to the amount of hate that this supercomputer has for humanity, or rather, the main character. The voice is so synthetic sounding that you'd think it would be like Microsoft Sam or something. I actually had to look up to see if this game actually had a voice actress or if it was some kind of Vocaloid. The way that she's able to act within the confines of being a computer, like an AI, but still convey such great amounts of hatred and passive aggression is so good. Like, I could never do it. In Portal 2, you actually go back and resurrect GLaDOS. When you do end up resurrecting GLaDOS, your companion character gets a god complex and ends up taking over her AI or whatever. It flips the whole game on its head, and suddenly GLaDOS is the character that you have to work together with. She becomes your new companion, and Wheatley, the little fearful robot friend, assumes the role as the main villain, and they both do a fantastic job at both roles. I'm gonna show you a few scenes and just geek out about how good it is, because it's so good.
Probably ought to bring you up to speed on something right now. In order to escape, we're going to have to go through her chamber, and she will probably kill us if she's awake. If you want to just call it quits, and we could just sit here forever, that's an option. Option A, sit here, do nothing. Option B, go through there, and if she's alive, she'll almost certainly kill us. So, if you've got any reservations whatsoever about this plan, now would be a tremendous time to voice them. Right now. In case you thought to yourself, I've missed the window of time to voice my reservations. It's still open. All right, new plan. Act natural, nothing. Hello!
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
You did what? Oh no! No! Oh no!
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science, you monster.
I don't know how she does it. There's like a nuance in her voice acting where it's like, this is obviously a computer, but you do feel fear and hatred just seething through her voice. And Wheatley plays a really good, fearful, small character with that kind of inferiority complex we were talking about before. And when he makes that switch to the villain, that inferiority complex comes out in an unhealthy manner. And the actor's choices in conveying that switch is really good.
Here we go! Wait, what if this hurts? What if this really hurts? Oh, I didn't think of that.
Oh, it will. Believe me, it will.
Are you just saying that, or is it really going to hurt? You're just saying that, aren't you? No, you're not. It is going to hurt, isn't it? Exactly how painful are we talking? Ah!
No, stop! No! No! No!
Wow! Check me out, partner. We did it! I'm in control of the whole facility now. Whoa! Would you look at this? Not too bad, eh? Giant robot, massive. It's not just me right here. I am bloody massive, aren't I? Oh, right, yeah, the escape lift. I'll call it now. There we go. Lift called. Look how small you are down there. I can barely see you. Very tiny and insignificant. Go on, get in. I tell you, I knew it was going to be cool to be in charge of everything. But, wow, this is cool. And check this out. I'm a bloody genius now.
Estás usando este software de traducción de forma incorrecta. Por favor, consulte el manual.
I don't even know what I just said, but I can find out. Oh, sorry, no, the lift. Yes, sorry, keep forgetting. This body's amazing, seriously. I can't get over how small you are, but I'm huge. Actually, when do we have to leave right now? Do you have any idea how good this feels? I did this. Tiny little Wheatley did this.
You didn't do anything. She did all the work.
Oh, really? That's what the two of you think, is it? Well, maybe it's time I did something then.
What are you doing? No, no, no!
And don't think I'm not onto you too, lady. You know what you are? Selfish. I've done nothing but sacrifice to get us here. And what have you sacrificed? Nothing. Zero. All you've done is boss me around. Well, now who's the boss? Who's the boss? It's me. Ah! See that? That is a potato battery. It's a toy for children. And now she lives in it. Sorry, what?
The engineers tried everything to make
listening, not listening.
It was your voice.
No, you're lying, you're lying.
You're the tumor. You're not just a regular moron. You're designed to be a moron.
I am not a moron!
Yes, you are. You're a moron they built to make me an idiot.
Well, how about now? Now who's a moron? Could a moron hunt you into this pit? Ah! Could a moron do that?
I'm starting to see the trend in like all the voice acting choices that I pick, for the most part, are the moments when the villain is deconstructed. Like the moments when the villain is most vulnerable and you can see their true intention. It's something you don't get to see in the hero as much, but with these villains, it's like they put on these big facades and they're bombastic and they're huge and they're scary. But then in their moments of vulnerability, it's a completely different character almost. And I think that's when you really get to see the actor. I think all acting is your capacity to play pretend while being vulnerable, because that's really hard to do. And I think there's a whole different layer of doing that behind a microphone when you can't stare into someone's eyes and get reactions out of them to play off of. It's all just theater of the mind, and I think all of these choices that I picked personally were the best examples of that. But Portal 2, very underrated, I think. I think that is the best voice acting I've ever heard. But what about you guys? What did I miss? Come yell at me in the comments. Tell me what I didn't pick. Why isn't Troy Baker in any of these? Why isn't Last of Us or Uncharted? Tell me why I'm wrong. Or tell me why I'm right and boost my ego. And while you're boosting my ego, go ahead and leave a little subscribe and maybe like the video and maybe comment what I just told you to. This was really fun. Despite the fact I had to re-record an entire video, it was really fun. I liked it. I had a good time. If you guys would like to participate in some capacity in the videos that I make, feel free to follow me on twitter.com, wherever I choose to post the link. Who says twitter.com? Why did I say twitter.com? I'll usually ask you guys to send in your favorite scenes, or sometimes I post a voice acting challenge, which might be the next video, perhaps. But anyway, thank you so much for watching the video. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/spookylive. Go ahead and drop a follow and hang out with me. I play lots of horror games. Hear me voice acting live. That'll be peace, adios. I'll see you guys next week. And